Ready, partner?
Gabrielle, soccer season is around the corner, like as in 2 days from now.
Yes.
I know it was a struggle last year. It wasn't exactly the season you wanted to have, but are you excited given that it's here finally after a season off, after off season?
I am. I'm excited for us to have a better season. I believe we will. I believe that we're stronger than we started out and ended last year, so that's nice. I have confidence that our team will have better results, but I'm also excited to play. Like, Ambrose is our first game, new team. Like, it'll be exciting. We've never played them in outdoor, so it'll be a good game.
So I was talking to Kevin earlier about Ambrose because they've had some new sports teams come in the last few years, and they've had a futsal team though for quite a while. And he said this will be a good team for its rookie season. But do you still see this as an opportunity to, hey, this is a new team, let's take advantage of this?
Yeah, I do. And just playing them past years in futsal, we know that they can be a strong team. I'm not sure how they will be with 11 aside.
Right.
I think that it will be pretty even, given that we have some experience on our team, and I'm not too sure what they have for experience on their team too. So I feel like we can compete well against Ambrose.
Now you mentioned experience, but some of your experience has gone. So you have 5 returning players, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And a couple of second years. Dana's a second year. Olivia's a second year as well. Do you put pressure on yourself to really be a leader on this team this year?
Yeah, I do, and I've enjoyed stepping up and having that leadership role. I'm also in a new position that I have never played, but it's brought like lots of new challenges, and it's exciting to see how our different formations and whatnot can bring out the best in the group that we have.
When you think of last season and the struggles you had, have you learned anything from that you can apply this year right off the bat?
Definitely.
And what is it, I guess?
Yeah, our returners, they saw kind of like the struggles and the negativity that we had with our group last year. So it's definitely learning lessons. So coming into this new season, you take a new perspective.
Okay.
So we definitely don't want to have a repeat season like that. So it gives you that motivation, and you don't want to have that many losses with no wins. It's no athlete wants to go through that. So it's definitely brought up some more motivation and competitiveness, and in our returners, for them to step up and be role models for our rookies. So our rookies right off the bat can come in with a seriousness and focus. Like we lacked that last year.
I know Kevin said that he had at one point like all these players signed and then a bunch of them fell off, so he's really scrambled and he's worked hard to try and get some new ones. But we were talking before we started that you've got 3 or 4 new players that you're really excited about.
Yeah, I am excited that we were able to bring in some former players from years past come in, and they do bring a good leadership role. They already know what to expect. Right. It's not like they've never played an ACAC game, so it's really nice to have them join in and take a leadership role and really help guide the team. I've really enjoyed having them come in.
That's good. Goals. Have you set any? Does the team set any goals? Are you taking game by game? How did you approach that?
Well, Kevin always talks to us about, it's not always about your wins and losses. It's about the bigger picture. So we've really, we're thinking already about futsal kind of in outdoor and working towards that. But also we do have a large number of rookies this year. So that'll be beneficial to us. The program in years to come, about those rookies staying and bringing the experience to the team in their second year. So
it's interesting you mentioned staying, because one thing that I've learned since I've been in this town is that there isn't a real soccer culture here.
No,
now,
it's
there is
tough.
a hockey culture here.
Yeah,
that is clearly the dominant sport, and it starts now. Mm-hmm. So how do you get people invigorated with Rustlers soccer in a community that really hasn't hasn't grabbed on.
Yeah, soccer's tough here, especially on the women's side. I know like the men have a little bit more success keeping their players.
Yep.
Whereas the women have struggled. Just I've learned in my 3 years here, I've seen girls come and go quite a bit. It really, our team, and Kevin emphasizes this, is like getting involved in the community and coaching. We put on a youth soccer camp once a year at least. We have college players coach within the Meridian soccer program, so it gives kids an idea of what like college soccer would be like in Lloyd if they were to one day play. So I think that's important. It is tough with a small college to keep people around, especially I find if you're not in business, if you're taking university transfer, you do those 2 years and you go, where I was lucky enough to stretch it to 3, but not everyone wants to do that. So,
is there a key then, do you think, to keeping players on the women's side, especially? I mean, the Rustlers it's not an old program. Sorry, it's been around since 08, 09, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like it's been around for a long time.
No, yeah, and just success. So I knew, like myself, one of the deciding factors when I wanted to come to Lakeland, or I was making my decision, was I kind of looked at how the team does, how the team's involved in Lloydminster, kind of like not just how well they do in ACAC, but it's like the whole grand scheme of things. So it is nice to start out at a small college and you get like a homey feel about it. You also are really close with like your other sports teams, so that was nice, I found.
Yep.
So just building friendships and whatnot and relationships with people could build up the women's soccer team too. So and just getting ourselves out there and known. It would be nice to do well.
Yep.
Obviously getting the exposure from playing in playoffs and whatnot, and wins and losses, that's one thing, but it is also another thing just to be involved in the community, a part of something much bigger than the soccer team.
And it's interesting you mentioned get into playoffs, because that is not an easy thing to crack.
No.
It's the top 2 teams get a bye, and you only have basically 6 teams in the whole ACAC that are getting in. So it makes it really challenging for teams like yourself who are really kind of in that rebuilding phase. So and again, like I said, Lakeland hasn't been around long.
No.
So it's not like it's had a real opportunity to build something. Do you at all look at playoffs this year? Do you look at it and think that's something that we're going to strive for? What are you trying to strive for in that regard?
Playoffs, it's not unrealistic to our team, I believe.
Because there's other teams going through rebuilding as well.
There is, exactly. We know a couple of our teams in our division losing lots of experienced players. I know lots of 5th years that were around last year won't be returning, so I don't think we're that far off than what people would believe. We'll be fighting for that last spot, but it's not unrealistic. I think that if we work hard enough and we're focused, I think we can achieve it. It's just it can't take so long to get in, whereas in my last 2 years, I felt that we were getting into that playoff mode too late in the season. So if we can build into that earlier, I think we'll have success.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I remember watching last season, you could really see the improvement from the game 1 to the end. You could really see that improvement happen. Do you think that you're kind of back to that point, or do you think, like you just said, do you think you're in a position where we're going to build off this right away?
Yeah, and I noticed in our preseason, just our core group has already improved, and we could be better than how we ended off last year, just coming into preseason, which is really exciting for me. I'm pleased to see that. I think we have a good group of rookies this year, and like they're taking the responsibility, whereas some would shy away from that. And I know myself, I did kind of in my first year. But it's good. I think we're starting a lot stronger than even years past.
I like to ask most Rustlers athletes this question, because I think it's important. I think it's interesting to hear the responses. I'll ask you, what has it meant to you over the last 3 years to be a Lakeland Rustler athlete?
Oh, it's it gives you so many more opportunities than you even thought when you initially sign as a wrestler. Like, just being a part of the soccer team has given me opportunities to coach, and where like I want to be a teacher, it's really helpful, you know, getting that experience coaching kids. It translates to the classroom so easy. So it's really given me some experiences that are useful for my career, and getting to know the other athletes is really nice. You have like a little community. Yeah, it's really nice.
And you kind of get 2 seasons. You get a futsal season as well, so you get 2 sports in one.
It's really nice, yeah. So if you don't finish kind of how you wanted to in soccer, you can really like try to make up for it in futsal, and that kind of tends to be how we are. If we ended off poor in soccer, it's really like we're really motivated to do well in futsal, and we have in past years. I think we've medaled just about every year that we've competed in futsal. So I look forward to futsal.
Awesome.
I never played it before I came here, and I almost love it more than soccer.
Really?
Now.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
And it's inside too, so
it
for
is
rain,
inside.
you know.
There's no snow.
Great situation.
Yeah.
Good luck. I'm looking forward to watching you start
Yeah.
on Sunday against Ambrose. Beat Ambrose.
Yes.
That should be the slogan. Beat Ambrose.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Good luck for the rest of the season, and hopefully some wins and playoffs maybe.
Yes. Thank you.